Hello, hello, hello. It's Tuesday night. That means it's time for another great conversation that matters. The show bringing you the content with the conversations with the content creators that make the content you love to consume. Before we get started, if you're catching this on the replay, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button. It helps the poor brother out in the algorithm. As you can see, I need a haircut and I'm shabby, happy, so any little bit of support can help. And tonight, I'm rejoined, reconnected with one of the greatest to ever do it.
These intros are always so glamorous for me.
The spoon extraordinaire, spoon partner.
Ooh, look at me
go. Music producer and all around amazing human being, the mighty Emmy. How are you doing?
I'm actually having a really good day today. So yeah, and I'm excited to be here. Today was my first day back. I had a 4-day weekend. I took off Friday and Monday, so today was my Monday, but it wasn't bad. So it's good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Let me just make sure I mute my Discord. There we go. I'm doing good.
Is my volume okay?
Huh?
Is my volume okay?
Volume's great. No, okay, good day off. I'm ignoring some work texts as we speak right now. Spent some time with the family, read some comic books, sitting around hating on Thor, Love and Thunder, and yeah.
Ooh, hating on it? I saw that the other day. You don't like it?
I liked it up until a point. There was a point where I was like, all right, there's too many jokes. Let's get
it wasn't serious enough.
Yeah, you know me, I'm a brooding, recovering, emo comic book person. At a certain point, I just want things to get serious. Emmy, thank you for sharing your time with us, man. I've been waiting to get you back on the show. One of my favorite interviews I ever did was with you and Emo when we were all over on Spoon together. I'm glad you had a relaxing day. Glad you have 4 days off. Let's talk about life and how it's been for you lately.
Let's do it.
So
what do you want to know first?
So let's get started here, man. You've been a long time supporter of mine, and I've always enjoyed your content as well. You're on Twitch for a little while. I was coming through watching you play video games, and I got to see some music streams. Let's start there. I don't think that's something that we actually really talked about the last time you were on the show. Your love of making music. I know you get bashful whenever I bring it up and all that type of stuff, but it's my show, so I'm going to bring it up.
That's all right.
How's that going? How's music treating you? How's that?
So when you said, you were like, hey, you want to come on the show? I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then you said, bring your beats. And I was like, oh no. Because you're right. I do downplay a lot, but I think it's because I'm not, this is going to sound really conceited. I'm not used to being really bad at stuff. Like, I feel like generally I'm pretty good at picking up a new skill, and I've learned to play music before, but never like make it. And I don't know the software, so I feel very like a fraud because I just use like a lot of the plugins. So, and I think I touched on this before with you that like I downplay it because I don't want anyone to think that I know more than I do. Because then I get panic. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that yet.
I get that, but I think you should only like. So I'm the type of person that's a congratulator, right? But I don't give it out like whimsically. Like when someone does something and I think they're like from my vantage point, I think they're good at it. I'm always going to be rooting you on. I'm like, yeah, that's good. I remember the first time I heard one of your beats, I was like, yeah, I like that, man. I like the down tempo. I like the bass heavy reverb on it. I thought it was cool. And so that's why I keep pushing you in that direction. Like, hey, make music, create.
Don't get me wrong. I know I kind of push it away. I kind of turn it down. I'm like, no, but I really do value, like, whenever you do that, I'm like, okay, come on, Emmy. Remember, Steve thinks you're cool. Steve thinks you're cool. And so like that means a lot. So I definitely have you in the back of my head whenever I'm like, you can't do it. I'm like, wait, Steve says I can.
You can do it. You can do it. But let's talk about that. So you were doing the Twitch streams for a while with the music, and where are you at with that right now?
I feel like something you mentioned is like adding a lot of bass and reverb and stuff to stuff. I really like I think it originated as like the chopped and screwed era. I'm sure it's still called that, but like it kind of morphed into a new genre of slowed and reverbed. It's a very popular trend on like YouTube. You'll see just a remixed version of a popular song, and all they really do is, a couple of tweaks to it, but it has a whole different vibe. And I'm kind of obsessed with that vibe. So, like, if you've ever been to one of my streams, I guess I don't really do it when I was on Twitch more. I would just mainly do like vaporwave stuff like that in the background, or like cloud noise, like random ambiance noises in the background. But I wouldn't really do music because I don't want to get, copyright or whatever. And then on Spoon, I typically will play like a slow reverb playlist. Well, I learned how to do it in BandLab because that's the software I use. And I was like, oh, I just do this and this, and I learned how to do it. So that's kind of been the thing that builds my confidence a little bit when it comes to making music, because it's a very basic thing to be able to do, but I can make the sound so different, and it's how I can gauge what tools I'm using and what they actually do. Because if I look up tutorials on stuff on how to make music,
Right.
I have a hard time following that. So I just click buttons and figure out what does what. And so doing the slow reverb remixes, or I'm calling them your mom's remix now, which I like doing. So I've done more of that lately than I have done of like, let me make something new. But I have made some new stuff, which again is just clicking buttons. It's like, well, I think you've heard some of it, but
Yeah.
it's very like experimental is what I would say. Like avant-garde, we'll call it that. Like Bruce music. Have I discussed Bruce music with you?
No, but I need to know what that means right now.
Okay. All right. This is high concept art, okay? So I wish I could remember how this started too. I was so oh god. I'm setting this up in the best way I possibly can. So I like to do an Australian accent.
Okay.
Or like a fake. I like doing like a fake British accent, like, oh my god, come on, we're gonna go out, and then I'll take it to like hey, get a load of this bloke out here, I'll try to take it to the Aussie. So in that, I started quoting movie quotes, and very famous Australian quote would be, "Hello, name's Bruce from Finding Nemo."
Copy.
The shark Bruce from Finding Nemo. "Hello, name's Bruce." So I took that and I said, let's add like a house beat or like a house music vibe to that audio. And then it turned into, okay, let me find other characters from TV and movies that are named Bruce, and I will collect audio clips from the internet, and I will patchwork them into a song that makes no sense and is just full of people that are named Bruce.
See, and that's what I'm talking about, man. I think sometimes the best place to be when you're doing stuff like this is when you're having fun, right? And that's another thing I really enjoy about you as a creator is like you are constantly bringing the abstract to it and the fun to it, right? I had forgotten that damn shark existed, and I love that movie through and through.
Yeah, it's
So here's some. So we have the things we're not going to talk about, right? And I would never break the cardinal rule of friendship, but I do want to talk to you about this, right? I enjoy streams on Twitch, right? I really did enjoy the gaming streams, and I'm just the type of person that likes to look at the psychology of someone. And it was interesting watching you make that transition or doing what you were doing in that experimental phase. Like you're from now it's video. You're getting used to the camera being on. You're going through the game. It was the same thing. I would go check out Emmo streams, but I have to imagine that not that you ever left, when you made your full-time return to Spoon, was that like a sigh of relief? Like, all right, I'm back where I belong. This is my thing. I love it here.
Um, I don't know if it was. It's not. I guess it's not as heavy as that. Like
Okay.
it's it, like I'm glad you brought that up because it is interesting to think about that. Like, oh, I came back home. Um, but I think during that kind of I took that like down period of from being on Spoon. It was a little bit more of like, okay, there are other things I can do. Let me see what it's all about. And I had the idea, not it wasn't like this wasn't the only time I considered doing streams on Twitch. I
Right.
just because I tried it maybe months before, like a year before. My mom and one of her work friends helped actually is the reason I have like any computer at all. Um, it's like an old build from somebody who just was like, you
Awesome.
want to stream, try it. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, this is all just like piecemeal equipment. Um, and I couldn't really get my footing with the Twitch because um, I just okay. One of the main reasons I love Spoon and was the draw for me initially for Spoon was that there was no camera.
Right.
And because Twitch felt intimidating at first, because I was like, I don't know how to use Streamlabs. What is this? Like, what are these parts? I didn't understand like the sound layers and like how I'm like, what is this? And Spoon was so easy, you just boop, you're live.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is great. And plus, I don't have to worry about how I look. And um, I know I'm delving a lot into this, but it matters.
Oh,
Um, I was struggling with severe acne.
mhm.
And I had been dealing with that for years, like 10 years, and it just got progressively worse. And I just didn't want people to see me, as dark as that sounds. Like, I just was like, no, so I got off of Accutane. I took Accutane all last year, like
Yeah.
8 months. And then when I got off of Accutane, my skin started to heal. I was like, oh, I can be seen again. I can put myself out. I feel a little more comfortable putting myself out there. So I was like, okay, I'll try Twitch. And then, things happened. And so I, like I said, wanted to branch out. But me stopping it, really, I'm trying to think why. I think it was just a matter of I didn't know how to schedule it. And
Mhm.
also, Emma and I don't like to stream at the same time because we have largely the same kind of people or the same group of people that come and hang out with either of us.
Right.
So, you know, us trying to schedule that and doing Spoon streams and doing Twitch streams, it was like, and plus, like, I appreciate that you came to my Twitch streams because the the games that I like to play, I don't feel like everyone is very into. So,
There's a community for everyone on Twitch. You like no matter what game you play. The problem is with Twitch is, and this is something that they hopefully they address, and I think Spoon is ahead of the curve on this, is their algorithm does not promote the smallest streamer, right? But when people do, have you ever had someone happen into your stream? Like I was doing a conversations one night and it was just a panel, I think, or I was just talking out loud and someone knew what the hell I was talking about for once, and this person found me on Twitch. They're like, I love it here. And I'm like, yeah, man,
oh,
that's the thing. You get so much more of that on Spoon, like that organic person coming in and just having a good time. But
yeah.
they were still good quality streams. But it brings me back to you being on Spoon. And it's not
Mhm.
like you never left, right? I remember when the last things you said to me before I moved the request box live to what I thought was going to be its next home, and it turned out you had to pay for that program. I didn't read your message. I forget what radio or whatever that station had or whatever that was called.
Stereo or yeah, station head. Yep.
The first thing I noticed was, oh man, I'm not going to get that person that comes in organically anymore. But it was so dope when I seen you back on there, and then people were so happy to see you. What was that feeling like? Just like having those people just come back instantly, like and just loving on you, basically.
Well, it was like Mo held down the fort.
Right.
Like I took Mo streamed probably every day or close to it. Like I think a lot of people stopped streaming, myself included. I just I was just having a hard time feeling the desire to do that, and really wasn't really sure because um, we had the show and we were under contract to do our show, and then we each had our own individual streams. So when we didn't have a contract anymore, it was like, dang, this takes a lot of our time. We like doing it, but a push for us to do it on the regular and to really commit to it is the fact that we're getting paid, to do it. And that did have a factor in like, we have to do the show this week, because we have lives and 40-hour,
Yeah.
work weeks, just
Yeah.
like you do,
Yeah.
and so it was nice to just step back from that. But I still saw the same people because I would hang out with Emma and
Right.
because Emma would stream and I would hang out in the chat and Emma would stream. So it wasn't like I completely left. I would say that, and I still get this sometimes if I start streaming and I haven't been streaming as regularly in a while, it's like I forget that I like it. I'll get
Right.
like anxiety about it and I'm like, what if no one shows up? Oh my God. You know, and then I'll get into a groove of like, oh, I like doing this. I could do this whenever I want. Oh, that's right. Duh. You know, and then people will come hang out. So it wasn't like I don't know, it was a subtle return. I wouldn't say because I'm a little, maybe it's cynical, but I'm a little yeah, I'm a little cynical when it's like I'm back. I'm coming back.
I love that you put a hint of Kermit in. No, no, I know, I get that, and I don't think it's cynical. It's definitely being right sized, and I'm glad you brought Mo up because Mo definitely did help hold it down. Mo, Stacy, shout out to the triple
Yes.
OG G himself.
Yes.
Continued to keep the fire burning over on there, and
Yeah.
it's always great when I was able to wake up in the morning and catch G stream and then jump into Mo stream afterwards.
You're
And
right.
they were able to still galvanize people to do that. I think one of the things that you just brought up that's really interesting, like having a 40-hour work week and still having to drive the stream. And that's one of the reasons I asked you to come on was if you were talking to someone who's about to get into it, right? And they don't realize the commitment that there is to streaming, how would you explain that to them?
I think it goes back to you saying like that I'm having fun with it.
Right.
I have like if I'm not having fun, I don't want to be doing it
Right.
because it is in my free time. Um and that's how the big numbers don't matter.
Mhm.
And so like to focus on that as a goal in I think any kind of social media uh network or community, like to focus on the number of it kills it for me at
Right.
least. And it makes it very superficial rather than what it can. I'm not saying it does always. Um, but if I remember that every single person, every little number in the top of that corner, every little number of people, that's a real person, like sitting
Right.
at their computer or like on their phone like this, and checking back in, remembering that, um, makes it more important, I feel like, to enjoy what you're doing.
It's a good point.
And because like if I don't know, I guess I try to interact with people on Spoon or online as if I were in front of them because that's the reality of how we interact online. It is different, the nature of streaming and how we talk to people when that happens.
Right.
Um, but I think remembering that very human aspect that we're all just people behind the phones. Little people are in my phone.
Real people.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what Emma started saying that, and now I can't stop saying that. "Oh, I have little people in my phone. Look at them." You know, that helps me uh want to keep doing it because I remember like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends." That's what this is. It's a social media platform. I am part friend, part entertainment. You know,
Right.
it's a parasocial relationship. And I forget the question that you asked me. Remind me, because I think I skirted around it.
No,
And
no,
I'm
you didn't.
rambling now.
You didn't skirt around. You definitely answered. I was
I
asking you.
did answer it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Essentially, I asked you to give advice to someone who doesn't understand
Whew.
the taking of streaming. You made a valid point. Shout out to Mo again. I
Mhm.
think I take advantage of that sometimes, which is like I'll get so numbers driven. I'm like, oh, my friends are here. Thank you guys for not leaving me alone during this whole
Oh,
stream.
yeah.
And then I forget that, like, hey man, they gave up their time to come support, to come hang out, to be a part of, and it's true. You get stuck in the business part. Now here's the thing I gotta ask the question.
I'm sorry. Every time I look away, I'm looking at the Twitch chat, by the way. I didn't want you to think I'm being rude.
You're not being wrong. I'm getting
Hello, everybody.
I'm getting work text right now, and I'm like, what do you want? I don't
Oh,
know where it is. Go look for it yourself.
like I'm like staring over here. Okay, sorry.
No, but sometimes
Period.
like one of the things that well, let me ask you this question, right? And I definitely wanted this to be more free flowing. When do you think, if ever, did it ever just become business, right? And I can pinpoint it for myself when I was still on Spoon when that happened to me, and I'm ashamed to say it out loud. I had finally broken that 20-person barrier that you experience sometimes on Spoon, and I looked over,
Mhm.
like 35 people there, and so I had the 16 people who love and supported me, and then there was the other people, and I'm like, how do I keep them coming back? How do I keep them wanting more? And I had to push through that. But you don't seem to, and like I guess you did articulate it. You guys never seem to struggle with that. Like you just get up there, do your show, and whoever showed up. How do you not? How do you not?
About like the Emmy and Emmo show? Or are you
Yeah,
talking about
any
just in
Indian show,
general?
your personal show, like you never seem to struggle, or did you struggle with it, or did you just never let on to it?
I, I feel like Emma and I were very honest with people who came in when we're like, we're not feeling it today, you know, we're tired. We would be very honest with them about that. But I think NG says this too. It'd be like, sometimes I don't want to stream, but I do it anyway. And then I get into it once I'm doing it, you know, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, I forgot we have to stream tonight. All I want to do is go home and zone out, you know. So it definitely happens. I think if that didn't come across that sometimes we were like that, then we
Yeah.
killed it,
You did
you
great.
know. But you know, yeah, there were definitely times when Emma and I were like, oh, you think we can skip tonight? You know. But then you know, a lot of time I think we only missed like 2 shows. Like, there were times when, like, one of us had to do it
Dude,
without the other person, we had, like, filler. There was one time Emma had to do it with, like, no preparation, and I think you talked about it with her where she was
yeah,
just listening back to her own stream later on because she had to do it by
I love
herself.
it. I thought that was actually pretty awesome because I
It
remember
was yeah, it was dope. She killed it. But,
like
yeah.
I really miss Emma. I really miss Emmy right now.
Yeah.
You know what really catches me off guard with the level of commitment. Two people stand out in particular. I don't think G has ever missed a show before. I don't
Mm-mm.
think I've ever woken up and there has not been an alert for morning journal, right?
Nope.
And I don't think there's never not been a writer's room. And when he was still doing Rhythm and Muse, unless no, I don't think he ever did it. And it's like
Mm-mm.
I've drawn so much respect from him because I can sometimes hear him in my head, like that smooth baritone voice, like, yeah, I got a job, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna get up and do what I need to do. And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't I don't know how. I don't know how he did that.
it's 6 in the morning too. 6 in the
Yeah.
morning, amazing stuff.
Yeah. But you know how you said personal streams? I was gonna mention this
Go for it.
too because I did talk to G. I was like, G, I don't know how you do this every day. But you asked about God, how did you word it? Oh my God. Hold
uh,
on, I'll get it back. It was related to I almost don't you said about business. That's what
right.
it was.
Yeah, yeah,
How to
yeah.
become business. Anytime I have to stick to a schedule, I start to hate it.
Ain't
And
that
that's when I'm like, I don't want to do it because if I don't feel like doing it, I don't want to do it because then I feel like I'm being disingenuous. But if I'm honest about the fact that I don't want to do it, then that helps.
Yeah, it's preventative. It's
But
for sure.
but yeah, if I and that's I'm kind of like trying to figure that out right now too because I stuck to a schedule. My first time that I got partner, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream Sunday through Wednesday, 8 p.m. 2 hour stream every day. Got it. And I was pretty good about it for a while, but then I was like, I'm bored, and I don't want to do it.
Is there any other aspect that you struggle with that, like the I'm bored with the commitment and like this routine? Is that
Oh
I
yeah.
I can dig that, man. But let's talk about it. So you are a partner now, right? I just want to
Mhm.
say this. This is coming from Steve Spoon. Take this with all the compliments, man. Best move they made, right? I actually went back for one night just to have fun, do Request Box Live. I don't know if you remember, I was struggle streaming on Green Room for a while. And every time I sounded like I was enjoying the music, I was seriously sitting there like, I hate this. I hate this app. I hate this app. I hate the sound quality. Like, and poor Mantis was just sending me messages. Stick it out, brother. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Stick it out.
But
Oh man.
I came back to do one night, man, and like a lot of people showed up and it was a lot of fun, but I sent the message and I was just like, man, and I named you guys and I was like, if they don't recognize the level of love that you guys show that application, man, that you show that platform, like I don't know if you remember this. You got kind of spicy with me one night, one of my last streams of Request Box Live, and I had said something like my link wasn't working, and maybe I was a little deep in my cup, and I was just like, "Oh, goddamn, Spoon link not working." He's like, "Hey, hey, 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 you stop it! You stop it right now."
Yeah.
Well, I hope they know that you guys are like more than a resource, man. You really do bring a lot of love to it. But what are your plans as partner? Like, I know you want to grow it, you want to nurture it. Anything you can't share with your personal stream, what do you want to do?
So I feel like, well, I'll just say this. This is news that I did not give you. This is a surprise.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. You might know. Um, Spoon told me yesterday, and I got them for the first time. My very own spoons.
wait, what? Say that again.
What? I got my very own I got spoons. There are Emmy spoons.
Oh, that's dope. Wait, do you have like little characters or like your name?
So it's an egg.
That's some.
It's an egg. There's two spoons. There's one for 10
Oh,
coins and then there's one for 100 coins and they're both eggs.
that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
It's like the 10 is like the little eggs that like would float up, like a bunch of them would pop up. And then the 100 one is a big egg and it comes down and then it like bounces a couple times and then it floats back up. It's so
Yo, but that's dope. That's like that. Yeah,
yeah.
Z Monster. It's like a shout out Z Monster. It's like a sub badge. That right there, man. That's like a level of commitment from them to you. How does that make
Um,
you feel?
I was so excited. Emma, I was with Emma yesterday. I was like, oh my god, Emma, they're giving me the spoon. They gave me the spoon. Oh my god, and I like had I was like, guys, I alerted the Discord. You may have gotten the notification. I was
Mhm.
like, guys, they gave me the quick. I'm gonna go live. Somebody give me a spoon. And I like screen recorded it because I was so excited. Yeah, I really I like the relationship I have with Spoon. I have given a lot. You're correct. I have given a lot of time. There was a lot of people who have, like you were saying, MOG, Stacy, like there's so many people who are, you know, still committed to the app. I know. Okay, I say this. Um, it's kind of like a joke now to me, but it's like Spooners always come back. They always come back, because like I said, it's like a joke because I feel like there is something about the platform that is special.
Right.
Um, and I think I cracked a little bit of what I think that is. And one, it's just a different way to interact with people.
Right.
But two, if you think about the community of people, like I would say the core community, like the people who have been there for a very long time and have seen it evolve over time,
Right.
like I have, like G has, Mo, Stacy, like all these different people that are still there, and Annie been there for forever. You know, we all went through COVID, like the beginning of a pandemic together. I
Yeah.
think we're all trauma bonded, you know? Like we were
That's the good point. That's a very
that's all some of us did, you know, during the first lockdown was just be on Spoon. You know, that was how we connected. That's how we made like lifelong friends. I know people, I know two people on Spoon who now live together. I know more than one person from Spoon who's like met somebody and gotten married or like, you know, so many interesting relationships, and the community and the platform itself is very intertwined, but I think there is something special about it for that reason as well. And I
right.
think that's also why it's so near and dear to me, is because it got me through that time in my life. The people and the can you hear that?
Is that your cat or
Yeah,
is
it's one of them. It's I was like, yeah, that's I think that's Minka. She's howling at something. I don't know. Um, but
trauma bonded, getting through it together?
trauma bonding again through together. Yeah, I think that's why I do hang on to the platform so much, and because you know, I mean, to be real, it's the most successful thing that I have been able to grow, and it's helped me find such a good community of people, and it's how I feel like I make the most impact as a human being.
Mm,
Like the knowledge that I can share with the world and my experiences, that is the avenue at which right now I have the most reach, you know? So that's also why I want to put time into it. And also, I've been doing it for 2.5, almost, you know, it'll be 3 years in January.
hey,
Like, that's a long time to commit to, like, trying to grow something. And I don't want to let it go, you know? Why would you want, you know? I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I'm
no,
like, why would
no,
I want to let that go? I just want to, I feel like it has such potential. I want to be a part of that from the get go. And I have had the opportunity to do that, and I'm not letting it go, you know? It can get better. It can only get better, is my thought on it.
and that's and you make a good point. I don't know. Do you remember Mixer? Microsoft's Mixer. It was a streaming platform. They unfortunately signed a couple of big
I
names.
don't think so. I don't know that.
All right. So before they signed Ninja and before they signed, I can't remember the other guy's name, but I love his content. This was a small video streaming community, right? And Microsoft owned it. They acquired it from another company. And I would go over there and watch people play video games. And I remember I tell people this all the time. I went into a stream that had 200 people in it. And
Mhm.
normally people won't acknowledge you unless you pay or something like that. You say something or you sub to the chat. Shroud, thank
Right.
you. I went in there and I remember the guy instantly, as soon as I said greetings and salutations, he's like, "Hey, what's up, Hold Up TV? Welcome in. We're just killing the shit out of some people in some Rainbow Six. Glad to have you."
Mhm.
And I had that same experience when I went into the Spoon the first time. I remember going into a live and I'm like, "Oh, okay, what are you guys talking about?" I'm like, "Hello," and then everyone just kept saying hello back. And I think your commitment to it for nearly 3 years is one of the reasons that it's the company still exists, because there's a core group of people that invite more people into it when new people come in. Do you remember when they rolled out the whole make sure you greet the new people, and then everyone kind of followed their version of that script, like, hey, if you're new to Spoon,
Mhm.
questions, ask anyone. One person actually said, I've never had anyone say that to me on Twitch before. And I, of course, me being a dick, I'm like, yeah, and you never will because they suck. But that's awesome. You said that this is where you have the most impact in the going through COVID with this core group of people. Who are some of the people who've had an impact on you though? Like, who are some of the people that have touched Emmy in a way where it's just like, wow, I can't believe that we know each other like this.
G, hands down.
Okay.
Like there are lots of cool people, but if there is like if there is one person, and I know you didn't say one person, but because I could brag about Mo, but I do that all the time.
That's a given.
No, I love Mo. Emma's great. I will never not be inspired by her. She's
Right.
a wonderful human being. But Emma was not new to me, you know. G was a new interaction. And he's become a really good mentor to me and a good friend. And I think he is what I aspire. He has the content that has such an impact, and that's what I aspire to do. Because there are certain things that I do in my stream that I remember actually, I think like asked him or said something to him. I was like, gee, I don't want to copy you, but I'm doing something that's kind of similar to yours, but I don't. He was like, you're fine. Like, it's okay. You can do the thing that you're doing. It's not,
Right.
um, but I had that in mind because I was like, oh my God, am I copying G? I don't want to do that. So I have my own things that I do. They're way different than G doesn't do build a bird.
No, he does not.
So that's where I am a little different. But like you said, he doesn't miss a show. He's professional. He doesn't get into drama. He stays in his lane and he does his shit and he does it well and he's professional and he's branched out into he's doing 12 different things at one time.
Right.
Like we said too, on top of a full-time shit, and he's got kids and
Yeah.
how, but and I think I don't know, anybody that can do that and has children, I applaud you because you do so much shit too. You've got 5 different shows that you're doing and you're on it and you got I don't know. I don't know how you do that, but props to you.
It's called box wine. I find a great deal of solace. That's why 2 hours.
We see Steve in public and he's like, you didn't see. I gotta do conversations that matter later. I gotta prepare.
No, but it's to be completely. I'm gonna be completely candid. I think it's recently I was giving real serious thought to deading the whole thing. Right, I was just this has been a great run. But I remember a conversation as well I had with G in private, and he it was one of the reasons where he's like, hey man, maybe the content you're making, you just need to take a chance. Right, I never spoon with because I didn't think that I could have kept doing request box on there and it would have been a staple on there, but I was like, I don't really want to do that anymore. I want to do this. I want to have conversations. I want to sit in front of the camera. And I remember having that talk with G, and I could almost hear him sucking his teeth. He's like, man, listen.
Man, listen.
But okay, so let's I asked you a question. I think I might have screwed it up a little bit here.
What?
So bird building. Let's get into that.
Oh man.
What is bird building? You young people
bring. You don't know about bird building?
You guys bring so much new information into my life.
So it was. I think I have it. It was one of my notebooks. It was just the phrase "build a bird."
Okay.
Instead of build a bear, I thought build a bird, and I was like, okay. I was like, hear me out. All right. So you know how birds have weird, and I don't know if I saw a video about this or anything. I don't remember seeing something else about this, but it might have just been, no, it was a meme. There was a meme I saw and it was talking about how ridiculous the names of birds are, like a red-footed butthead, but I made it more vulgar than that. And I was like, it was just one time during my existing streams, or I used to call it Zillennial hours because I was trying to make that a thing and I don't like that anymore. Okay. But no, it's just
I was a cool guy.
I don't know. It was the routine thing. I was like, nope, scrapping the whole thing. We're going to call it something else now. But anyway, it was one of those streams. And usually I take it to about the first hour is normal. And then once you hit an hour mark in my stream, it can get weird. So we will initiate people into a cult. It's not really, it's just for fun. We're like, do you want to be initiated? I'll use the voice effects and I'll play hell sounds and they'll chant. And then new people come in and they're like, what is happening? It's so funny. But we'll do that. And then I'll usually sometimes I'll do like a bit. And in this day, I was like, guys, build a bird. And they were like, what? And so I played really, really dramatic, like epic music that you hear in the background of like Hell's Kitchen cooking show competition, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, and then I did a voiceover and I was like, this week on Bird Builders, 12 contestants will make the bird of their dreams. And I had them, and this was just on the fly. I was like, okay, guys, you're gonna describe to me your dream bird and you're gonna like give it all these characteristics, and then we're gonna vote. And if we like, the finale birds you get to name them. And I had like cheer noises in the background too. Like I had like an audience noise of like, oh, the crowd is loving this one. Wow. I did like sports commentary too and be like, well, it's really great to see what he's doing out here. I wasn't expecting this from this. He's a novice bird builder. We had never seen anything like this.
You went deep.
Yeah. Oh, I was fully into it. And I think I kept it going for probably 45 minutes. And I ended the stream with the finale of who our bird builder was, or our bird building champion or something like that. And actually the winner of Bird Builder season 1, mind you,
Right.
is in the chat right now. It's actually Scooter.
Scooter, shout out to you.
Scooter, shout out to Bird Builder champ. Their submission was a bird named Ostrichard. And he was wearing like roller skates and like a hat, a cool hat and roller skates and something else. And I made like a little medallion that said it had an ostrich in it with like a medal, and I think it's on Scooter's like Apple Watch background on their phone. It's like Ostrichard. So ostrich, and someone gave them an ostrich plushie. So Ostrichard has now come from conception to a real life,
nice,
tangible ostrich. So I just think,
you're helping people manifest stuff, man. That's what it's all about, man. Bring it from the virtual world and let's make that damn bird real.
Incredible. Ostrichard come to life. But yeah, that's Bird Builders.
No, and that's what I'm talking about. People, and this is the thing that I think I love. Where else could you have that much fun, right? Because that last hour of the stream really is like, I've come in before and I'm like, you guys are, the chat's moving quick, and I feel every bit my age. I'm like, I'm 41. They're using words I don't understand. I'm like, hey kids, all right, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night, dude. But
we're spamming the chat. Things are going wild. Yeah,
knock it off.
It gets weird. It does get weird.
Weird is good though. Weird is good. I feel as if though, if you can have Amaranth, I'm not hating. If you can have Amaranth, dress up as a Spider Gwen and wear a unicorn's head, and no one bats an eye at that. There's nothing on hashtag build a bird, man.
Build a bird. That's right. You can do anything. There are no rules. Well, there are rules, but like, just have fun with it.
Respect the rules when you come to Emmy's Live. So, all right.
So especially our top of the hour song. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No. What is it? What's going on?
Scooter said, especially our top of the hour song. He gives so much life.
Right, let's go into that.
So the very top of the hour, once we have sufficiently initiated whoever was new to join the stream and stuck around to get to the hour mark, we're like, okay, do you want to be initiated?
Right.
And we're like, yeah. And then, like I said, we do a joke ritual. Is it a joke? And then we initiate them. And then I sing loudly, just the two of us. But instead of 2, I replace that number with however many people there are in the stream plus me. So like, let's see, right now there are 9 people watching, including me. So that's, oh God. So, I'd be like, just the 9 of us, or 10 of us or whatever, 20 of us. It's so fun. And then people will leave in the middle of the verse. So I'm like, just the 20, the 19 of us, just the 23, just the,
Yeah.
And so we do that at the top of the hour. And that's some people's favorite part. They're like, oh, the top of the hour, you have to stay. I'm like, oh, we have a thing now, you know?
And that's so important, man. And I always make this comparison, but just to have that in your community, right, where people are looking forward to it, that's awesome. I honestly think that sometimes that Spoon very much captures the spirit of old school radio. Yes, there was no chat, right? There was no you're
Mhm.
back when Jesus, myself, and the other apostles were walking around. We would sit around and listen to the radio, and we couldn't text each other about
Wow.
right. I couldn't send my friend a text, but we would come to school the next day, and I'm like,
No emojis?
no emojis, right? I didn't even know. I thought someone was having a seizure the first time I read that. But I went to school the next day, and I just remember us all recapping the show, and then just seeing what happens in Spoon. It very much has that radio vibe because I'm just gonna give you a credit. You do go into radio jockey mode at certain points. Like even when you're kind of like you do this thing sometimes where you're like, hold on for a second. Okay, where was I going with that? All right, I'm back. It's good. It works. It works. It works. It really
We're like always having sound problems at the very beginning. I'm like, oh, shit, fuck.
Oh wait, are we live? Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Like, damn it. Oh my fuck. Is my audio okay? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
And it's cool that you get so nervous because even before this, I was thinking yesterday before you hit me up, like, hey, can we talk before the stream? I was actually for you to be like, hey, do you have questions for me? And it still cracks me up that you would still get nervous almost 3 years into the game. But like,
I'm a nervous Nelly.
you know how at this. You're a pro. You're a pro at this now, man.
No, I think it's probably the video part. I was like, people are gonna see me. I was like, are people gonna see me? I should be prepared for that. I think that's what it is.
The only people that are going to watch the show are the people that are here right now. When I cast this up on YouTube, I'm going to be begging people to watch. That's my favorite thing about being on YouTube is the begging. I'm like, hey man, I got a podcast, right?
Oh,
you asked me to like pictures of your kids.
You're into that, Steve? I didn't know.
You can't come over and like my freaking podcast. What a heart in my face. So wait, I just want to ask you one last question before we wrap here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do for your 3-year anniversary?
Oh, 3-year spoon anniversary. Well, I'm gonna have to stream. Like we have to do a spoon anniversary stream. That's tradition.
No.
I don't know if I'll do anything special. I guess I have to come up with something now.
Yeah, I just put you on the spot. You got it.
You really did. Maybe it'll be it'll probably be let's see, what day is that gonna be on? Let's see, it was January. Oh, it's gonna be on a Sunday. Start off the week right.
Yeah.
This spooniversary special. I could do something fun,
Yeah.
I'll let me get back to you. I'll do something funny. Who knows? Maybe bird builders will come back.
Just build a fucking bird. But people
Just build a damn bird. Oh, okay. I know we're short on time, but can I play you
Yes,
Bruce music?
Yes.
It's very short because it's so complicated and I only have about 30 seconds edited, which is probably for the best. Okay, so let me get this. I just had it all pulled up and of course it all clicked out. This is typical. Just in the nick of time, right when I need it. Of course. Oh wait, there we go. Okay, so this is Bruce music. Let me make sure my audio.
Wait, is this original music or is this
chopped? It's original. No, this is original. Yeah, this is a culmination of all the Bruces you can imagine. Actually, there's 4 Bruces. See if you can figure out who they all are.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear that first note?
No.
You couldn't hear that first note? Oh shit. Okay, I want to mute myself so it might be loud. Okay. Oh my god, that's so loud. Okay, ready? Let's try this again. Can you hear that?
No.
You can't hear that? Oh my god.
That's probably StreamYard, this bougie.
Oh, because the audio doesn't. Oh, dang. Yeah. I guess I could send you the link, but it's almost too late.
No, send it to me. I'll play it right now. Send it to me.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate all y'all for coming through.
Can I send it in this chat? the?
Oh no, it won't let me click
It won't
live.
let you click on it. Okay. All right. So
If package.
you'll know when to stop it because it'll start sounding like really like everything will be overlaid. So it is really only about the first 30 seconds, but there she is.
Let's open up the Chrome machine.
The Chrome machine. Also, everybody, peep my chicken nuggets. I heated them up without realizing that I have to can't
It's a
eat
dub.
them on stream.
It's a dub. It won't let me play it. It says content blocked.
How? What?
Oh, maybe because I don't have an account.
Oh, that's a long process. That's too much. You'll just have to feature it someday. I'll play it for you after the stream. Also feature red hot riblets, and there's 2 cats in here now, so gang's all here.
You didn't even eat any of those nuggets. They're in the background. I've been staring at them the whole time.
I know. I didn't want to be rude. Because also too, if I eat the chicken nuggets, I have to eat the red hot riblets with them. St. Louis favorite. Make sure you stop through.
I was gonna
we
say
just can't have nuggets without the riblets. You gotta.
That's
a lot of crunching.
Exclusive right there. Those
oh
chips,
my god!
Not seen.
Hey, there's a cat. She really didn't have to make it about her.
I do. Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I know this is a late night for you, and I appreciate you coming to hang out. Do you want to shout anything out, plug anything, send some love to anyone? Mike Stewart.
Come and see me on Spoon. Well, you can't see me. Come to Spoon. Basically follow me anywhere that you have social media at Your Mom Emmy. URMOMEMMY. Doesn't that sound nice? I'm on I fuck around on TikTok just for funsies, and I'm gonna make a lot more mental health content and like projects and yeah, just come hang out with me. That's all.
Folks, it's that smooth conversations music. Thanks for coming through, yo. If you haven't already, if you're over on Twitch, don't worry about this, but if you're on YouTube, hit that like button. All of Emmy's links will be in the replay in the description on YouTube. Conversations That Matter, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you again to Emmy, the cat, the nuggets, the chips. You're an amazing person. I hope you keep believing that. Make sure you guys get me. Reporter. No, it's no problem. It's no problem. It's my pleasure.
Bye, guys.
Folks, if you come over for Dumbing Out, Mixcloud, DJ Cincy, and I, listen, don't come to Dumbing Out thinking we're going to be having serious conversation. We get stupid over there. It's an adult show, and we say dumb things. So come
out. Okay. Let's go. Bye.